come like a menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance to horror. Gather round the table, I'll give you a treat. Sippy, won't you play with the latkes to eat? And while we are playing, the candles are burning low.
Hi, Hanukkah Sameach. We are so excited to share one of our favorite aspects of the holiday, which is it's traditional to cook things in oil, and so we're going to make one of our favorites, which is potato latkes. So a couple of ingredients first. The main things that you're going to need are potatoes, onions. We have pre-peeled our potatoes and onions, and also some eggs, some flour, and salt. So those are the main ingredients, and we're going to share with you the preparation and also some variations on the traditional latkes that we love, not only to make, but also to smell, and the smell will stay in our house for days. And our favorite part, the eating of potato latkes.
And we're going to start, we're fortunate that we have a Cuisinart that we can use to make the preparation a little bit easier. And so we've already cut and peeled the potatoes, as Rabbi Shankman mentioned, and this way we'll be able to just put them right in and grate them away. So we're going to do that right now.
And if you don't have a Cuisinart, you can use a grater. It'll take a little bit longer, but the best way to do that is also to put the grater in a bowl of water, which will help the potato stay fresh a little bit longer. So here we go. So we've taken our 3 potatoes and 1 onion and grated them in the Cuisinart. And if you grate them that way, great, or if they're by hand, also great. And they're all mixed in together. We combine the potatoes and onions into the Cuisinart together. Just easy to get them all mixed in.
Now we're going to take 1 tablespoon of flour and add that in, and a little bit of salt, not too much, just a little bit. And then we're going to also take our 2 eggs.
And we are mixing these in as well. So you got all the ingredients are in here. And just mixing them in. Make sure it's all combined. And we'll move on to our next step. So we've mixed in all of our potatoes, onions, flour, salt, and egg. 3 potatoes, 1 onion, some salt just to taste, a tablespoon of flour, and 2 eggs, all mixed in there together. We now have some oil heating up on the stove. We tend to use canola oil or something along those lines of vegetable oil. Olive oil doesn't crisp up quite as much as we like our latkes crispy, and so we tend to use canola oil. You can also use variations in potatoes, like sweet potatoes, zucchini. You can shred up the zucchini, cauliflower. There are a number of variations out there, all delicious.
The other thing that we sometimes like to do is add some additional spices. We're not going to do that on this recipe, but Old Bay for those Marylanders who want a taste of home. Want to go to another country, some gram masala, or go to the deep south for some Tony Sacheries, or just a little bit more spicy with some cayenne pepper. Whatever you might like. You can go with the traditional, or you can do it a little bit different this year, or maybe make 1 batch traditional and 1 batch a little bit different.
And then of course there's always the debate, applesauce or sour cream. We tend to be an applesauce family, though from time to time we might try some sour cream as well. So we are just about ready. So you just want to make sure that your oil is heated up a couple minutes in the pan before you cook your latkes. So now our oil is sizzling just a little bit, so we are ready to cook our latkes. So take a 1/4 cup of the mixture and just plop it into the oil. There we go. Now you can see a little bit better. We're plopping the mixture into the pan. And we do approximately 2 minutes on either side. It depends on how browned you want your latkes, and you can kind of judge that by how they look. And
if they feel like they're not quite sticking together the way that they should be, you can always add another egg or add some more flour. You know, there of course are recipes, but you can make adjustments if you're finding that they're not quite sticking together. The other important thing is to make sure that you give them time to cook before you flip them over, otherwise they will start to fall apart. We also have ready a pan with some newspaper to help absorb the oil, as well as paper towel, because you don't really want your latkes directly on newspaper, but that will help, and we just layer that as we pull them out of the oil. So there you have it, a little bit of potatoes and onions fried in oil, and we're all ready for Hanukkah. The Te'avon. Delicious.